Beloved chosen one, listen carefully. Heaven has paused its rhythm for you. This is not coincidence. This is divine intervention. The noise around you may still roar, but something higher is breaking through the static right now. You are not here by chance. You were drawn here by divine design. For this exact moment, this exact message, and this exact Tuesday, your Miracle Tuesday, heaven has unlocked a door in your favor, and it bears your name. You have walked through days that felt endless. Haven't you? Seasons where nothing seemed to move, where prayers felt unanswered, and silence became your only companion. But heaven saw, heaven recorded. Heaven has waited until this very moment to whisper, it begins now. You have endured storms that others could not stand under, and still, you did not give up. You have cried in secret but smiled in public, holding on to faith when everything told you to quit. This is the moment, heaven says. Enough delay. The angels have taken their positions. The tides are shifting in your favor. Every tear you've sown in darkness is about to bloom under divine light. You are stepping into the fulfillment of promises that seemed forgotten, but they were never lost, only reserved for the appointed time. Listen, chosen one, your obedience, your persistence, your quiet faithfulness have not gone unnoticed. You thought heaven was silent, but God was building something behind the curtain. You thought the door was closed, but God was crafting a new one entirely, one that no man can shut. The systems of delay that held you hostage are breaking. The heaviness that sat on your chest is lifting. The spiritual embargo that locked your blessings has been lifted. As the prophet Isaiah once thundered across the winds of time, chapter 40, verse 31. Those who anchor their hope in the Lord will rise again on wings of strength, soaring where others crawl. That is the divine word echoing through your spirit right now. Heaven has remembered your faith, your endurance, your hidden prayers. The waiting was not punishment, it was preparation. You were being fortified for the weight of glory that is now descending upon you. The same power that lifted David from the pasture to the palace is stirring again, and your name is written on the decree of promotion. You are standing on sacred ground, chosen one. Every setback you faced was not a sign of failure but of formation. Every delay was heaven's way of maturing the miracle before handing it to you. The Lord does not build hastily, He builds to last. And today marks the unveiling of what He's been constructing behind closed doors. Your spirit already knows this truth. You can feel the stirring even now. It's that subtle rush of warmth in your chest, the quiet knowing that something unseen has shifted in your favor. Heaven has opened its gates, and your name has been spoken in the courts above. The chains of delay are shattered. The season of silence is over. This Tuesday carries the signature of divine fulfillment. So here's what you must do. Don't scroll away. Don't hesitate. Stand in agreement with the word that has been released over you. Lift your faith like an offering. Let your heart respond to the sound of heaven's voice. Type your declaration of faith below, like, share, and subscribe, not for attention but as a prophetic act of obedience. Write these words: I receive my Miracle Tuesday. Let that be your testimony. Let the algorithm of heaven see your faith and send angels to deliver what belongs to you. Heaven moves through agreement, and your response unlocks what was sealed. So declare it boldly. This is not just another day, it is the beginning of the fulfillment of destiny. Comment the number 777 to seal this moment of divine completion, and let heaven record your yes. Chosen one. The silence you walked through was never a punishment, it was a sacred classroom. Heaven hides its loudest lessons in quiet seasons. You thought nothing was moving, but in truth, everything was shifting beneath the surface. While you waited, the unseen realm was aligning every detail, every name, every opportunity that will soon recognize your presence. You have known what it feels like to stand in the middle of uncertainty, your prayers echoing back at you. Unanswered, your faith tested by time. You questioned if you were forgotten. But you were not forgotten. You were being refined. There are seasons when heaven goes silent, not because you've done something wrong, but because you are being entrusted with something greater than you have known before. In the waiting, your roots grew deeper. Your spirit learned how to recognize the whisper of God when everything else was still. The silence carved out the strength that shouting never could. You were being stretched, not broken. You were being prepared to carry weight that others would crumble under. Those long nights of confusion were not wasted. They built endurance. They taught you to hold your peace when chaos surrounded you. They trained your discernment to recognize the difference between delay and denial. The wilderness wasn't your end, it was your proving ground. The Spirit spoke through the prophet Isaiah, chapter 40, verse 31. But they that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings as eagles. They shall run and not be weary. They shall walk and not faint. Do you see it now? Waiting was never passive. It was the forge where heaven hammered your faith into unbreakable steel. You were not just waiting for a blessing. The blessing was waiting for you to become ready. Every unanswered prayer was a hidden rehearsal for what is now unfolding. God was pruning distractions, severing unhealthy attachments, and clearing the ground so that your roots could drink deeply of truth. While others chased shortcuts, you endured the silence, and that endurance has made you unshakable. You were never meant to sprint ahead of divine timing. There are doors that only open when the sound of heaven calls your name. No matter how many times you knocked, the silence meant one thing: not yet. But not yet was never no. It was heaven's way of saying, wait until it's perfect. You thought you were standing still, but you were being positioned. You thought the world was passing you by, but God was hiding you from premature exposure. The waiting wrapped you in divine protection, keeping you unseen until the exact hour of unveiling. And now, as the dawn of your Miracle Tuesday glows on the horizon, you begin to understand. Every unanswered moment was a seed. Every quiet day was rain soaking into the soil of your destiny. Heaven doesn't rush what it loves. The best fruit ripens slowly under the watchful eye of eternity. You are not behind. You are right on schedule. The timing you once questioned is about to make perfect sense. When God reveals what He's been shaping, you will see why He needed time, why He needed you to grow into the person who could carry the promise. Do not despise the quiet days anymore. They were holy, they were sacred, and they were heaven's workshop where your character caught up to your calling. Now, as you step from silence into sound, remember this: the stillness taught you to hear. The waiting taught you to trust. And the trust, it is the very key that will open what once seemed locked forever. Chosen one, the weight you've carried has been heavy, far heavier than what most could bear. You've walked through seasons where your own strength failed you, and still, you kept moving. The world only saw the smile, but heaven saw the struggle behind it. Every tear, every sigh, every night you whispered, "Lord, I can't do this anymore." He heard it, and He didn't just hear it, He recorded it. You were not being punished. You were being processed. You have carried pain that turned into wisdom and burdens that transformed into oil. There is a kind of anointing that can only come through endurance, and you have endured much. Do you remember the moments when you felt invisible? When you wondered why no one seemed to understand the battles you were fighting alone? That was the hand of God. keeping you hidden while he was rebuilding you from the inside out. You were never overlooked. You were being protected from counterfeit connections and hollow applause. Every rejection you faced was redirection. Every heartbreak was holy preparation. You were not being torn apart, you were being remade. And now, you stand at the threshold of transformation. Stronger than before, purer in motive, deeper in spirit. We find in the book of Romans, chapter 8, verse 28. And we know that all things work together for good to those who love God, to those who are called according to his purpose. Let that truth echo in you. All things, the pain, the delays, the betrayals, the confusion, they are all part of a divine equation. Nothing was wasted. Heaven takes every broken shard and crafts it into purpose. You thought you were breaking down, but you were breaking open. Sometimes the crushing was necessary to release the fragrance within, like the olive that must be pressed to release its oil. You were pressed, not to destroy you, but to anoint you. Heaven allowed the wait so that when your breakthrough comes, you will have the capacity to carry it without arrogance or fear. And that is exactly what is happening now. The very weight that once made you tremble is turning into glory. The wounds that once bled are becoming proof of your survival, your living testimony. You've been through the fire, and now you carry its light. Chosen one, never again say you are weak. You are not weak, you are tempered. You are not fragile, you are fortified. The darkness tried to bury you, but it only buried a seed. And now, that seed is breaking through the soil. You are stepping into the why behind every why me. Every unanswered question finds its response in this truth: you were being trained for what others could not handle. Your pain has graduated into purpose. Your struggle has become strategy. So now, heaven invites you to make a declaration short, powerful, and prophetic. Type these words below: I carry glory. When you write it, you are testifying that your pain did not end in ashes, it birthed oil. You are declaring that the very weight that tried to crush you became the vessel of your anointing. You are telling both heaven and hell that what once hurt you now fuels you. Type it with faith. Type it as worship. Type it as prophecy. Because the truth is simple. Chosen one. You don't just survive what breaks others. You carry glory through it. When you declare, I carry glory, you are acknowledging that your scars have become sacred proof of God's faithfulness. You are not defined by pain anymore. You are defined by the divine presence that now rests upon you. Each time you write, I carry glory, heaven echoes it back as confirmation. It is not pride, it is identity. You are heaven's vessel, carrying light into dark places, proof that crushed vessels still shine. Chosen one. The atmosphere around you is shifting because heaven has moved on your behalf. What once seemed immovable is now trembling under divine command. You may not see the full picture yet, but in the unseen realm, the sound of wings is stirring. Angels are on assignment with your name written upon their scrolls. You have cried prayers that felt like whispers lost in the night, yet heaven heard every syllable. Nothing you said was wasted. Not a single word fell to the ground unheard. Your petitions have risen like incense before the throne, and now the divine response has been released. The movement may be invisible, but it is unstoppable. This is the mystery of divine intervention. It rarely begins with a visible sign. It starts in silence, then in subtle shifts, and before you realize it, what was against you begins to lose strength. Heaven's armies never move with noise, they move with authority. What the enemy planned as your defeat has already been rewritten as your deliverance. The Word of God declares in the book of Psalms, chapter 91, verse 11, For he shall give his angels charge over you, to keep you in all your ways. That verse is not a poetic comfort, it is a decree. Even now, celestial beings move through corridors unseen, orchestrating what man calls coincidence but heaven calls divine strategy. Every closed path is being reviewed, every gate is being weighed in the balance of heaven's timing. The warfare that once surrounded you is collapsing because angelic reinforcement has entered your atmosphere. You may have sensed it, the sudden peace that came without explanation, the heaviness that lifted in the middle of the night, the unexpected favor that found you in unlikely places. These are not accidents. These are evidences that the angelic have gone before you. Every chosen soul walks through a battle that others cannot see. There are moments when darkness tightens its grip, hoping you'll surrender before the light breaks. But you did not surrender. Your persistence has authorized heaven's movement. The angels were waiting for your endurance to reach completion, for obedience to rise louder than complaint. Now, the command has been issued, go forth and deliver the promise. The shift will not come with lightning. It will come like dawn, quiet, certain, irreversible. You will wake up one morning and realize that the heaviness is gone, that the impossible has begun to unfold effortlessly. It will feel natural because miracles always feel like breathing once heaven has prepared the ground. Chosen one, you must understand divine help is not coming, it has arrived. The reason you can rest now is because heaven is working. Where your hands could no longer build, invisible hands have taken over. Where your words failed to convince, divine authority now speaks on your behalf. Every barrier that mocked your faith is about to bow. The unseen network of resistance is being dismantled by the very angels assigned to your lineage. You have cried for intervention, and heaven has answered not with pity but with power. Stand still in this revelation. Let the truth settle deep within your bones. You are not alone in this fight. The same God who commands galaxies also commands guardians to walk beside you. Their presence is not symbolic, it is active. So breathe, chosen one. The battle is no longer yours. The armies of light have taken their place. Soon, you will see the evidence of what your faith has summoned: divine order replacing chaos, peace, silencing confusion, and doors opening with quiet ease. Chosen one, there comes a moment in every divine journey when time and destiny collide, when everything that was once uncertain begins to make sense. This is that moment for you. What you have walked through, every delay and detour, has brought you here to your appointed time. Nothing was lost. Everything was preparation. You've weathered storms that others didn't survive. Yet here you are, still standing. That strength you feel rising within you is not your own. It's heaven confirming that the waiting is over. The season of almost has ended, and the season of arrived has begun. You are not behind. You are right on divine schedule. Heaven's alignment has finally reached your doorstep. You may not hear trumpets or see flashes of light, but you will feel it, the gentle ease in your spirit, the sudden peace that doesn't match your surroundings. That is how heaven announces arrival. It is written in the book of Genesis, chapter 18, verse 14. At the appointed time I will return to you, and Sarah shall have a son. Just as Sarah's waiting ended in laughter, your promise too will end in joy. What once seemed impossible is now scheduled for manifestation. Chosen one, if this message has stirred something inside you, if it feels like a divine echo to your soul, take a quiet moment to reflect. Heaven often moves through whispers, not commands. This is not a demand, it's an invitation. You see, messages like these are seeds. They travel across the digital winds, carrying light to souls who need it most. When you like, share, or subscribe, you're not just interacting, you're watering a seed that might bloom in someone else's darkness. Your simple click can become a bridge between despair and hope for a stranger you will never meet. And if your heart ever feels that quiet nudge, that whisper that says, "Be part of this light," then give as one would pour oil into a lamp so the flame never fades. Your donation is not payment. It's participation, a gentle hand keeping the candle burning through the world's long night. Imagine this message as a lighthouse standing on a cliff. Every act of generosity, no matter how small, adds another beam of light that guides someone home through their storm. That is what giving means here, not obligation, but illumination. Still, this remains your choice. Heaven never forces giving. Heaven honors freedom. Whether you give or simply listen and carry the message within, you are still part of this divine story. So if this light touched you, like this message to affirm it, share it so another heart may find its way. Subscribe if you wish to walk deeper in this flow. And if your spirit stirs, sow a seed not because you must, but because you may. The door of your appointed time is open. Step through it gently, knowing that heaven has waited for you to arrive. You are not late. You are right on time. And every act of faith, every prayer, every share, every drop of generosity ripples through eternity. Your Miracle Tuesday continues. Heaven is watching, smiling and saying, "Well done, beloved chosen one, you made it to your appointed hour." Chosen one. This is the moment chains begin to fall quietly, steadily, without drama, but with absolute power. There are battles you no longer have to fight, burdens you no longer have to carry. The season of being bound by fear, by doubt, by the memory of yesterday ends here. You have carried too much for too long, and heaven says, "Enough." There are invisible chains that never clink, but their weight can crush the spirit chains of disappointment, of guilt, of self-blame. You have worn them like armor, mistaking their heaviness for strength. But now the divine fire touches them, and one by one they break. You will feel it, the lifting, the release, the lightness returning to your heart. It is written in the Gospel of John, chapter 8, verse 36. So if the Son sets you free, then you shall be free indeed. Freedom is not always loud. Sometimes it comes softly, like air after a storm. Sometimes it feels like peace where there used to be panic, laughter where there used to be loss. That's what's happening right now. Heaven has declared your emancipation, and the prison doors of your past have opened. You are not who you were. The pain that once defined you is now the soil where your purpose will bloom. The mistakes that haunted you no longer have a voice. Grace has silenced them. You have walked through your valley, and now you are coming out not as a victim, but as a victor. You see, every chain is a lie that tells you you're still trapped, but truth has entered the room, and truth always breaks illusion. The weight on your chest wasn't real power, it was resistance to your next level. When you stop wrestling with what's leaving, you make room for what's coming. The Spirit wants you to breathe again deeply, freely. To stop rehearsing old pain and start expecting new joy. To stop counting losses and start counting blessings. You've survived enough storms to know now that the same God who let the waters rise also taught you to walk upon them. Chosen one. This breaking is not chaos, it's creation. The sound of your chain snapping is the rhythm of heaven's new beginning for you. Don't fear the unfamiliar freedom. Don't rush back to the comfort of captivity just because it's known. The wilderness has ended, the promised land is in sight. And when freedom begins to fill your lungs, do not forget to use your voice. Let gratitude become your new language. Thankfulness attracts heaven's fragrance, it multiplies what you have and protects what's coming. Now, as a prophetic act of agreement, Release your faith in a simple number that carries heaven's symbol of new beginnings. Comment the number 888 below. It's not superstition, it's symbolism. The number 888 represents the rhythm of resurrection, the breath of renewal, the song of starting over. When you type it, you're not performing a ritual, you're making a declaration. My freedom is real. My new life begins now. This moment is a doorway, not a display. Heaven doesn't need performance. It desires participation. Every time you acknowledge what God has done, you step deeper into what He's still doing. So breathe, chosen one. You are lighter now. The shadows that chased you no longer have permission to follow. Heaven's wind is behind you, and the path ahead glows with promise. Walk boldly, walk free. Your chains are gone, and they are never coming back. When you write 888, you're declaring that endings have no power over you, that every closed chapter only makes room for greater resurrection and divine renewal. Each 888 typed is a key turning in heaven's lock, opening unseen doors of favor and peace, marking the beginning of your redeemed, unstoppable tomorrow. Chosen one, restoration is the rhythm of heaven. What you thought was lost forever is already being gathered, reformed, and prepared to return to you in a greater form. God never lets true faith end in emptiness. When you believed even when everything was falling apart, you planted something eternal, and heaven always restores what was sown in faith. You may have walked through years of loss of people, peace, opportunities, confidence, and wondered if any of it mattered. But what seemed like subtraction was really divine calculation. God never subtracts to leave you lacking. He subtracts to multiply. Some things had to fall away so the right things could finally stay. There were seasons when you gave everything love, effort, loyalty, and received little in return. You poured into others until your cup cracked, yet even the cracks were holy. They made room for new oil. You were never being emptied for nothing. You were being prepared to hold abundance. The Spirit spoke through the prophet Joel. Chapter 2, verse 25. I will restore to you the years that the locust has eaten, the cankerworm, the caterpillar, and the palmer worm. My great army which I sent among you. Heaven wastes nothing. Every tear was counted, every disappointment recorded, every injustice written into your redemption story. When God restores, He doesn't just return what was lost, He upgrades it. The relationships that broke you will be replaced by ones that build you. The opportunities that passed you by will bow to meet you again, this time prepared and purified. Do not mourn what had to die. It died so resurrection could live. You cannot carry both decay and destiny. Heaven had to prune the branches that bore no fruit, even when those branches felt familiar. The cutting hurt, but look closely, new buds are forming where the blade once touched. Chosen one, restoration is not only external. It begins inside in the quiet corners of your heart where hope dimmed but never died. God is restoring your confidence, your laughter, your sense of wonder. You will find yourself smiling again for no reason, waking with peace instead of panic. That is the sign of inner repair. Restoration is also recognition. Heaven is calling back your name to the places where you were overlooked. The same rooms that ignored you will soon request your presence. The same voices that doubted you will testify of your transformation. But this time, you won't return bitter, you'll return better. Do not rush the restoration. It comes gently, like dawn, one ray of light at a time. The things that once felt shattered will fit together differently now. God never rebuilds a ruin to look like the old house. He builds it stronger, with foundations that storms cannot shake. This is not payback, it's promised fulfillment. Heaven does not negotiate revenge, it delivers redemption. You are not being rewarded for pain. You are being restored because pain did not stop you. Your faith became the currency that purchased tomorrow's blessings. Chosen one. Soon you'll look back and see why the losses had to happen. You'll understand that what left was never yours permanently, and what returns will never leave again. The people who betrayed you gave space for loyalty to find you. The plans that failed cleared the way for destiny to unfold without obstruction. Even now, there's movement behind the veil. Restoration has begun in the places you cannot yet see. The winds are carrying back what wandered. The divine balance is being reset. Quietly, perfectly, faithfully. You are entering a season where nothing you endured will be wasted. Everything will echo purpose. And when it all returns, you will recognize heaven's handwriting on every piece. Chosen one, what is coming will not resemble what you lost, it will redeem it. Chosen one, the air around you feels different for a reason. Heaven has opened the clouds, and the prophetic rain has begun to fall. The drought that dried your dreams and silenced your song is ending. You can almost feel it on your skin, the cool, sacred drops of renewal touching what once was barren. Every dry place in your life is beginning to bloom again. For so long you prayed, Lord, send rain, but you didn't realize that heaven was first preparing the soil of your heart. It is impossible to hold new rain in hardened ground. That's why life broke you open, softened you, made you humble and ready. Now the rain comes not to destroy, but to revive. It is written in the book of Ezekiel, chapter 34, verse 26, I will cause the shower to come down in its season. There shall be showers of blessing. That promise is not poetry, it is prophecy. The season of scarcity has completed its purpose. The season of refreshing has begun. This is not a drizzle of mercy, it is a flood of favor. And when heaven floods, no drought survives. You will notice it first in small things, unexpected joy, restored energy, new ideas flowing with ease. You will meet people who seem to carry the fragrance of new beginnings, and suddenly everything that once felt stagnant will start to move again. It will feel like your life is breathing for the first time in years. This is the rain that revives callings you thought had died. Dreams buried under disappointment will rise like flowers through cracked earth. You will find inspiration returning in places you abandoned. Even your relationships will feel washed clean, old misunderstandings dissolving, new understandings sprouting in their place. Do not fear this rain. Some will run for shelter because they've grown used to dryness. They mistrust abundance. But you, chosen one, are meant to stand in it, arms open, head lifted. Let it soak through the layers of old sorrow until joy seeps deep enough to stay. The rain will not just bless you, it will move through you. You will become a river of refreshment for others. Where once you sought encouragement, you will now be encouragement. Where once you begged for healing, you will now carry healing. That is what rain does. It multiplies life beyond its point of fall. Heaven's rhythm always works like this. After silence comes sound. After drought comes downpour. It never leaves its people thirsty forever. The same sky that seemed shut now opens without limit. It is as if the heavens themselves have remembered your name, your prayers, your perseverance, your chosen one. This rain will blur the line between miracle and ordinary life. You won't always be able to explain why favor follows you. It will just happen. Opportunities will open like windows after a storm. Provision will find you before you can even ask. Peace will settle where anxiety once lived. And the most beautiful part, you won't need to strive anymore. The rain carries its own momentum. You only need to receive it. What once required your exhausting effort will now flow naturally. Heaven does not ask you to earn the rain, only to welcome it. Stand still a moment. Breathe deeply and feel the shift in the atmosphere. You've entered the hour of divine replenishment. Everything that has been dry, your heart, your faith, your path is being washed clean, made ready for growth. Chosen one, let this rain fall without resistance. Let it soak the soil of your destiny until every buried seed awakens. You are standing under open heavens, and heaven itself is rejoicing. The drought is over. The blessing has begun. Chosen one. Right before every release comes a test that feels like it will break you. The storm always rages loudest before the dawn appears. The closer you get to breakthrough, the more pressure tries to crush you. That's not coincidence, it's confirmation. You are standing at the doorway of the promise, and the enemy knows it. Every true destiny must be tested before it is trusted. The waiting, the tension, the unseen resistance, all of it is heaven's way of measuring readiness. You have prayed for open doors, but every open door also reveals what cannot go with you. That's why the final stretch feels lonely. Heaven is trimming away the unnecessary weight. The Word of God reminds us through the letter of James, chapter 1, verse 12. Blessed is the one who perseveres under trial, for having stood the test, that person will receive the crown of life which the Lord has promised to those who love him. Do not mistake this pressure for punishment. It's proof that promotion is near. When you feel stretched beyond your limits, heaven is shaping new strength within you. When you face silence, it is not abandonment. It is training your ear to recognize God's voice in the noise. There are moments when the test doesn't make sense, when obedience feels like loss. But remember, chosen one, God never wastes obedience. Every time you chose patience over panic, forgiveness over bitterness, faith over fear, heaven took note. Your endurance became incense before the throne. Sometimes the test is not about surviving the storm, but staying gentle while it rages. Sometimes it's about refusing to curse the ground while God is still planting the seed. And sometimes it's about standing still long enough for the walls of Jericho to fall on their own. You may be asking, why does it have to be so hard? Because diamonds only form under pressure. The same heat that melts the unworthy purifies the chosen. What you are facing is not random suffering, it's refinement. The fire is not meant to destroy you, it's meant to reveal what cannot burn. Chosen one, you are stronger than you realize. You've passed tests you didn't even know you were taking. You've held faith in rooms full of doubt, and now heaven says, it's enough. The season of proving is almost complete. The light breaking over your horizon is not distant, it's approaching fast. This is why the final battle feels so fierce, because you are one step away from manifestation. When it feels like you've lost everything, that's often the moment right before the door swings open. Don't quit before the reward reveals itself. Don't turn back at the edge of your miracle. You've been faithful in the furnace, now comes the unveiling. Heaven is about to show you why the fire was necessary. The crown that waits for you was not made of comfort. It was forged from the endurance of your nights. So come as a prophetic act of agreement. Write these words below, I will endure. You're not just typing, you're testifying. When you write it, you declare to heaven that you won't faint in the final stretch. You remind your own soul that pressure produces purpose. You silence the voice of fear with the whisper of faith. Say it boldly, I will endure. Because you will, and when the test ends, glory will meet you on the other side. When you write, I will endure, you are telling heaven that you trust its timing more than your pain. You are announcing that faith, not fear, will have the final word over your story. Each time you type, I will endure. It becomes a seed of perseverance. Heaven waters it with strength, turning your trials into testimony and your waiting into unstoppable, radiant victory. Chosen one, there comes a moment when the crown you once dreamed of begins to feel within reach. You have walked through the fire. You have endured the pressure, and now the purpose of it all starts to shine through. The time of hiding is ending, and the royal identity within you is awakening. You have always been different, set apart, refined, and misunderstood. What others called strange was heaven's mark of distinction. You weren't made to blend in. You were made to carry light in a world that loves shadows. The tests you endured weren't proof of weakness, they were rehearsals for rulership. It is written in the first letter of Peter, chapter 2, verse 9. You are a chosen generation, a royal priesthood, a holy nation, a people belonging to God, that you may declare the praises of Him who called you out of darkness into His marvelous light. That crown you feel pressing on your spirit isn't made of gold or jewels. It's woven from surrender, obedience, and perseverance. Each tear became a gem. Each sacrifice became a strand of light. The weight you feel isn't burden, it's authority settling on your shoulders. Chosen one, when you wear your crown, you don't need to shout your worth. True royalty moves quietly, serving rather than showing off. Kings and queens in heaven's kingdom don't demand attention, they create peace by their very presence. That's who you are, peace walking in human form, grace wrapped in skin. If this message stirs something within you, let it not just pass by. When you like or share these words, when it's more than a digital act, it's like lighting another candle in a dark cathedral. The glow spreads, and someone miles away may find hope because you decided to keep the flame alive. And if your heart feels the pull to stay connected to this voice, subscribing is like returning to a well where the water never runs dry. Each message is another drink of strength, another reminder that heaven still speaks your name. Now, about giving, listen gently. This is not a demand, it's a dance between gratitude and grace. When you donate, you're not paying for blessings, you're planting trees for tomorrow's travelers. Somewhere, someone lost in their own wilderness will rest under the shade your generosity creates. Think of it like rain returning to the sky. Every drop given in kindness rises as vapor and comes back as showers of blessing. You don't give to earn, you give to echo the heart of the one who gave you everything first. The act of giving is sacred because it mirrors heaven's nature. The Creator keeps pouring into creation without hesitation, and in doing so, the cycle of life continues. When you give freely, you join that rhythm, and the same rhythm will flow back to you in ways no currency can measure. Still, this remains your choice. Heaven never demands an offering, it simply whispers. Be part of the miracle if you wish. So if your spirit feels moved, let it be a gentle yes, not a pressured one. Like this message if it touched your heart. Share it if the light within you says, someone else needs this today. Subscribe if you feel at home here, and if your heart whispers, give not to earn, but to bless. The awakening of your crown isn't about status, it's about service. You've been chosen not to rule over others, but to lift them higher. The more you pour out, the more heaven pours in. Chosen one, wear your crown with humility, shine, but do not boast, give, but never count, love, but never measure, because real royalty reigns by grace, not by grasping. Chosen one, the hour has come for the tables to turn. What once was upside down is being set right again. The same places that rejected you are now being rearranged to recognize you. Heaven has issued a reversal order, and justice is walking quietly toward your life. For a long time, you've watched others move ahead while you stayed still. You've seen unfairness rise, deceit succeed, and dishonor wear a crown. You kept silent not because you were weak, but because your spirit knew that vengeance belongs to the Lord, not to you. You chose restraint over reaction, and that restraint has become your greatest seed. Now, the winds are shifting. Heaven's scales, long tilted, are being balanced. Every false accusation, every closed door, every betrayal that tried to bury your purpose, all of it is being rewritten under divine supervision. You are not forgotten. You are being vindicated. Heaven speaks through the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 13. The Lord shall make you the head and not the tail. You shall be above only and not beneath. That promise is not metaphorical. It's a divine decree. When heaven calls you the head, it means you will no longer live at the mercy of other people's decisions. You are stepping into a place of spiritual authority, not domination, but dignity. You will move with clarity and wisdom, and your actions will carry weight because they come from a place of divine alignment. The same people who underestimated you will soon have to witness your rise. But remember, chosen one, your victory is not for revenge, it's for revelation. God elevates you not to humiliate others, but to demonstrate His faithfulness. Your breakthrough will be the evidence that heaven's timing, though slow, is flawless. You don't have to announce the shift. Heaven will do it for you. The fruit speaks for the tree. The evidence of divine favor cannot be hidden. It will manifest in peace, stability, and opportunities that seem to appear out of nowhere. You won't need to explain yourself anymore. Your results will speak the language of redemption. Do not be surprised if old doors reopen, not to pull you backward, but to display your growth. God will sometimes allow the very people who closed a door on you to see it open again, this time by His hand alone. They'll see the grace that has transformed you, the light that never left you, and they'll know it was the hand of the Lord. This turning of tables also means restoration of dignity. The words spoken against you will lose their power. The shame that once shadowed your name will fade like mist in morning light. Heaven is writing a new reputation for you, one not built on public approval but on divine validation. Chosen one. As the tables turn, keep your heart pure. Do not let triumph turn into pride. Remember that humility is what positioned you for this reversal. Keep your focus on gratitude, not gloating. The same God who lifted you can lift others through you. You are being trusted with visibility, not for vanity but for impact. Your story will be a mirror for others, proof that the last can indeed become first, and that mercy always wins over malice. When the tables turn, do not rush to prove anything. Stand still and let the evidence of grace do the speaking. The power of vindication is not noise but peace. You will know the shift has arrived when your heart no longer wants to explain, it simply breathes easier. Chosen one. The turning of tables is not just about circumstances, it's about perspective. The same God who once allowed you to sit in humility now seats you in honor. What was unfair becomes fruitful. What was broken becomes beautiful. This is divine reversal, quiet, complete, and irreversible. Chosen one. There is a shift in the wind tonight. Can you feel it? It's subtle yet strong, like the breath of heaven brushing against your destiny. Everything that once felt stuck is beginning to move again. Where there was confusion, clarity comes. Where there was delay, direction returns. The wind of God is blowing, and nothing in its path remains the same. You may not see it with your eyes, but your spirit can sense it, that sacred stirring deep within. What you thought was stillness was really gathering. The divine current has been building beneath the surface, waiting for this moment. Every seed you planted in faith, every prayer whispered in exhaustion, every step taken in obedience, all of it has called the wind forth. The Word of God reveals in the Gospel of John, chapter 3, verse 8. The wind blows where it wishes, you hear its sound, but cannot tell where it comes from or where it goes. So it is with everyone born of the Spirit. This wind doesn't ask permission. It moves with authority. It carries the scent of new seasons and the sound of restoration. When it passes over you, what was dormant begins to awaken. Old disappointments lose their hold, and sudden peace replaces panic. This is not an ordinary breeze, it is prophetic. It is heaven breathing on everything connected to your purpose. The wind of God is not chaotic, it is creative. The same breath that parted the Red Sea and filled the upper room is now moving through your life. It rearranges what you cannot fix and brings order to what seemed impossible. You will feel it in your relationships, in your finances, in your thoughts, gentle but undeniable. Chosen one. This is your moment of divine momentum. Things that were once uphill will begin to flow with ease. The favor that felt delayed will suddenly locate you. Doors that required force before will open with a whisper now. You won't have to push anymore, the wind will carry you. This is what happens when heaven breathes, destiny accelerates. You are about to experience what it means to be carried by grace instead of driven by effort. The same God who once asked you to wait is now propelling you forward. But remember, when the wind comes, don't resist it. Don't cling to the comfort of where you've been. The breeze may pull you away from familiar ground, but that's where transformation begins. Let go of what no longer grows. Spread your wings, the current knows exactly where it's taking you. And now, as a prophetic act of agreement, mark this moment of divine movement. Comment the number 444 below. The number 444 is heaven's code for divine order and angelic guidance. When you write it, you're declaring, my steps are aligned, my path is protected, my journey is guided by heaven itself. You're not chasing blessings anymore, you're being carried by them. This is not a ritual, it's recognition. The wind doesn't need your effort, only your agreement. By writing 444, you're saying, I surrender to the flow of God's will. I trust the direction of His wind. Chosen one, breathe deep. The season of striving has ended. The wind of heaven is behind you now, lifting you, leading you, and landing you exactly where destiny waits. When you write 444, you affirm that heaven's wind is not random, it is direction. You are declaring that your steps are guided by divine rhythm, not human reasoning. Every movement perfectly aligned. Each 444 becomes a spiritual compass, reminding both heaven and earth that your journey is protected. You are not drifting anymore, you are being carried by the breath of destiny itself. Chosen one, you have reached the gates that once stood locked. The barriers that used to intimidate you now stand open, not because of your strength, but because of divine timing. Every step that led you here, every tear that watered your prayers, has been leading you to this precise threshold. The season of standing outside looking in is over. Heaven has granted you access. For a long time, it felt as if you were walking towards something that kept moving away. Each time you thought you were close, the goal seemed to shift. But now, the pursuit ends. You have arrived. The gate that resisted you before now recognizes your voice. It opens not from force, but from familiarity, because it was built to respond to your name. It is revealed in the book of Revelation, chapter 3, verse 8. I have set before you an open door, which no one can shut, for you have a little strength. Yet you have kept my word and have not denied my name. This is the essence of divine access. It cannot be revoked by human hands. What God opens, no man can close. This moment is not earned by effort, but by endurance. Heaven watched you remain faithful when quitting seemed easier. That steadfastness became the key that now unlocks what was sealed. Chosen one. Stepping through this gate will feel strange at first. Freedom often does. You have been so accustomed to fighting for space that peace might seem unfamiliar. But this is your new normal movement without resistance, progress without striving. The ground you now walk on has been cleared by divine command. Do not fear this ease. It is not the calm before a storm. It is the calm that follows one. You are walking into promises that no longer require proof. The time for defending your calling is over. Now you simply walk in it. The arguments have ended. The approvals have already been signed in heaven's ink. These open gates are not just for personal blessing. They are pathways for purpose. As you pass through, others will follow. Your obedience becomes a blueprint for those who come after you. Every gate you open with faith becomes an invitation for someone else to believe again. And what's behind these gates? Peace that doesn't fade. Provision that doesn't run dry. Joy that isn't borrowed but built into your being. You will find opportunities aligned so precisely that they won't feel like coincidence. They will feel like choreography. Every step you take will seem to meet grace in motion. But remember, open gates require discernment. Not every door that opens is meant for you. Some are distractions painted as destiny. That is why your spirit must lead your feet. The true gates of God will carry peace, not pressure, clarity, not confusion. Chosen one. This season requires trust more than talent. You don't need to push, you need to perceive. The gate has already responded. Now you must respond to grace. The sound you hear isn't a knock anymore, it's an invitation. Step gently, for the ground beyond the gate is sacred. Everything you touch here carries promise. The years that seemed wasted were really rehearsal for this rhythm. The ground knows your footsteps, and the future recognizes your voice. You are not standing on the outside anymore. The gates are open, the path is clear, and the light ahead is steady. Walk forward, not in hurry, not in fear, but in quiet awe of what obedience has unlocked. The gate is open. Chosen one, walk through it. Every step you take beyond this gate carries prophecy. You are not wandering, you are being guided. The path ahead glows because heaven has already walked it before you, preparing every blessing in advance. Chosen one. The air itself feels thicker with holiness. Can you sense it? This is the hour when heaven pours oil upon those who refuse to give up. You have walked through shadow and silence, and now the reward arrives not as applause but as anointing. The mantle of glory is descending upon you. You may not see it with your eyes, but your spirit feels the shift. Something within you is being strengthened, stretched, and set ablaze. It is not emotion, it is empowerment. God is clothing you with authority that does not come from title or position, but from purity. You were forged for this. Every dark night became oil, every heartbreak turned into firewood for the flame that now burns within. It is written in the book of Psalm, chapter 23, verse 5. You anoint my head with oil, my cup overflows. This verse is more than comfort, it is coronation. The oil upon your life is not ornamental, it is operational. It marks you as one who carries presence into every place you enter. Where others bring noise, you bring peace. Where others spark conflict, you carry calm. The atmosphere around you bends toward light because heaven's fragrance now clings to your spirit. Chosen one. Glory does not make you untouchable, it makes you useful. The true evidence of anointing is service. You will notice your words beginning to heal, your touch restoring courage, your very presence bringing stillness to anxious souls. That is the overflow David spoke of, not wealth or status, but influence that drips from compassion. The mantle you carry is not loud. It will rest on you quietly like dew on morning grass. People will not understand why peace follows you, but they will feel it. Some will be drawn to you for reasons they cannot name, that is the magnetism of glory. Others may resist you, that is the discomfort of conviction. Do not take either personally. Both are proof of the power you now bear. This glory also comes with weight. It asks for integrity when no one is watching, humility when recognition finally comes, gratitude in the midst of abundance. You were chosen not to shine above others, but to lift them. You will pour where you once bled. Speak life where you once wept. The oil makes you a vessel, not a monument. As you walk forward, do not fear the responsibility. The same Spirit that anoints also sustains. What heaven places on you, heaven will preserve through you. You do not have to perform. You only have to remain available. Every time you choose kindness over pride, gentleness over dominance, you protect the purity of the oil. Chosen one, you are stepping into a season of visible favor. Doors will open before you speak. Opportunities will appear without announcement. Yet the truest glory will always be invisible, the peace that cannot be shaken, the clarity that cannot be stolen. This is the quiet majesty of the anointed. Guard it well. Keep your heart soft. The world needs what you carry, but it must come through clean hands and a surrendered spirit. Remember, the oil flows downward from humility, not from height. Stay low, stay listening, stay loving. You are not just blessed, you are commissioned. Wherever you go, heaven's fragrance follows. The same oil that healed you will now heal through you. Move gently, for the glory upon you is real. This mantle is not decoration, it is destiny. Every breath you take carries heaven's scent. Every step releases light. You are living proof that surrender births supernatural strength. Guard the oil, chosen one. Let humility be your shield and love your language. Where you walk, hope will follow, and where you speak, peace will remain. Chosen one. The atmosphere feels heavy tonight, not with despair, but with decision. Heaven is leaning close, waiting for your answer. Every calling eventually reaches this point, the moment where you must choose between comfort and covenant. The gentle invitation of grace has turned into a whisper. Will you obey fully? You have heard that whisper before, in the quiet hours, in the tug that never leaves your heart. Heaven never forces, it woos. God's call is never shouted. It's sung into your spirit like a familiar melody. And tonight, that song is playing again, softly asking you to trust what you cannot yet see. It was written in the book of Hebrews, chapter 3, verse 15. Today, if you hear his voice, do not harden your hearts. This is not a warning of fear, but an invitation of love. Heaven is not angry, it's eager. It has watched you wrestle between almost and all in. Every time you hesitated, mercy waited. But mercy does not stay forever at the door eventually. It steps aside and reveals the path beyond. You are standing at that threshold now. Chosen one, obedience does not remove risk, it removes regret. The pain of sacrifice lasts a moment, but the peace of surrender lasts a lifetime. You are not being asked to give up, you are being asked to grow up. Heaven cannot pour new oil into old vessels, it must first make room. And as this message reaches your heart, if it stirs something deep within you, if you feel the quiet fire of recognition, let that be your sign. When you like or share this message, think of it as lighting another lantern on a long road. Somewhere, Someone wandering in the same darkness you once knew will see your light and find their way home. If you feel the need to linger longer in this presence, to stay close to the sound of heaven, subscribing is like keeping an open window to the breeze of grace. It's how your soul remembers to listen, even on the days when life gets loud. And if your heart whispers, "I want to help this light keep shining," then give, not out of pressure, but out of partnership. When you donate, you are not funding words, you are feeding souls. You become a gardener, watering unseen roots that bloom in hearts you may never meet. Imagine your kindness as a ripple in still water. One drop, given with love, expands endlessly. You may never see where it travels, but heaven records every wave. Giving is not a transaction, it's participation, the joining of your heartbeat with God's heartbeat for the world. Still, this choice is sacred and free. No one is watching your wallet, only your willingness. Heaven never demands generosity, it celebrates it. If you choose to give, let it be with joy. If you simply stay and listen, let it be with peace. Both are forms of worship. Like this message if it found you at the right time. Share it so another wandering soul might find theirs. Comment below if something within you said, "This was for me." Subscribe to keep walking this divine path. And if your heart leads, donate not because you must, but because beauty deserves to continue. The world needs living altars, hearts that burn quietly but brightly. You are one of them. Every act of faith, every moment of generosity, keeps the flame alive. Chosen one. Heaven isn't forcing your hand, it's offering you a holy invitation. The decision remains yours, but the reward, oh, it is eternal. Every choice made in love becomes eternal. Each act of kindness writes your name upon light. You are not giving away, you are giving forward into forever. Chosen one. The air feels different now still, yet alive. The waiting, the testing, the breaking, and the rebuilding have all led to this, the moment when heaven begins to fulfill what it once whispered. The promise is not distant anymore. It is walking toward you. Miracles are not coming in the thunder, they are blooming quietly in the rhythm of your everyday life. You may not notice them at first, they rarely arrive wrapped in glory or gold. They come disguised as timing, as peace, as doors that open at the perfect moment. Miracles are heaven's way of saying, "I never forgot you, and now." Those words are echoing through the chambers of your life. The scripture records in the book of Psalms, chapter 118, verse 23. "This is the Lord's doing. It is marvelous in our eyes." What is about to unfold around you will not make logical sense. The opportunities, the connections, the restoration, all will appear as if from nowhere, yet everything will fit perfectly. That's the language of divine manifestation. Heaven doesn't rush, it arranges. The miracles coming your way were never late, they were precisely scheduled. Chosen one. When miracles begin to move, they do not just bless you, they reveal you. God's favor will draw attention, but that attention is not meant to inflate your pride. It's meant to amplify His goodness. You are becoming a living testimony of what faith through fire produces. You'll begin to notice how things you used to force now flow with ease. Conversations open new paths. Situations that once caused pain now yield peace. You'll realize you're no longer striving for proof because the proof has become you. Every scar now glows as evidence that grace works. Do not shrink back when the blessings arrive. You've been humble in hardship. Now learn humility in abundance. Receive with gratitude, not guilt. The enemy loves to make you feel unworthy of the very things God promised you. But heaven disagrees. You have waited, you have obeyed, and now you are being honored. This is not luck, this is alignment. What you planted in tears is rising in laughter. The seeds you forgot you sowed are now pushing through the soil of time. You are walking into a field you never thought would grow again, but it has. Chosen one, your testimony will be the proof of the promise. Not just the words you speak, but the life you live will show that heaven is faithful. The way you carry peace, the way you love others, the way you forgive that will preach louder than any sermon. And while miracles manifest outwardly, something deeper will happen inwardly. Your heart will rest. The anxiety that used to visit you will lose its way. You will look back at the long road and realize every delay, every detour, every disappointment was part of divine choreography. Heaven's plan was never just to give you things. It was to make you whole. The true miracle is not what you receive, but who you become. You are the miracle now, walking, breathing, glowing evidence of divine mercy. When the blessings arrive, remember the lessons that built you. Keep your gratitude louder than your gain. Let your peace speak before your success. Every breath you take now is proof that heaven keeps its word. You are walking inside answered prayer, living in what you once only hoped for. The invisible has become visible, your faith has turned to sight, and your story now sings of divine completion. Chosen one, this is your fulfillment season, the chapter where promises stop being words and start becoming life. Miracles are not on their way anymore. They have arrived, and they bear your name. Chosen one, the sky feels wider now. You can almost sense heaven smiling, not because the journey was easy, but because you stayed when it wasn't. Every battle you fought, every tear you shed, every silent night you endured has led to this sacred stillness. The season of striving has ended, the covenant stands complete. This is the moment of sealing. Heaven bends low to mark what has been accomplished, not just in your circumstances, but in your spirit. You are no longer who you were when this began. You have been refined, redefined, and restored. The story that once dripped with sorrow now glows with significance. It is written in the book of Psalms, chapter 89, verse 34. My covenant I will not break, nor alter the word that has gone out of my lips. That promise is eternal. God does not change his mind about those he has chosen. What he spoke over your life still stands. No storm canceled it, no failure voided it, and no delay diminished it. The covenant between heaven and your destiny has been signed in grace and sealed in love. Chosen one, you are entering a season where peace will feel permanent. It's not the absence of struggle, but the presence of assurance. You have learned that even in uncertainty, God's hand never left yours. The same power that guided you through the wilderness now guards you in the promise. Look around, the landscape of your life has shifted. The mountains of resistance have become monuments of remembrance. The valleys that once swallowed your courage now bloom with testimony. Every detail, once confusing, now forms a tapestry only heaven could weave. You will begin to see purpose in everything, in the people who left, in the paths that closed, in the prayers that seemed unanswered. All of it was heaven preparing a foundation strong enough to hold this glory. You had to be stretched to be strengthened. You had to lose to learn that loss was never the end. Now you walk lighter, freer, steadier. You no longer chase signs, you carry them. You no longer wait for miracles, you live as one. The light within you is no longer flickering, it's steady, anchored in knowing. You are at peace with what was, present in what is, and fearless about what will be. Chosen one. From this moment forward, everything you touch carries residue of heaven, not because you are flawless, but because you are faithful. The world around you will feel the quiet strength that comes from having survived storms without bitterness. You will speak, and people will hear calm instead of chaos. You will walk, and peace will follow your steps like a shadow. But remember, this eternity is not distant. It begins in every act of love, every breath of gratitude, every moment of obedience. The covenant is not a contract, it's communion. Heaven did not bind you to rules, it bound itself to relationship. You are forever part of its heartbeat. The chapter closes not with an ending, but with continuation. The blessing will flow through generations unseen, touching lives you'll never meet. Your obedience today becomes their inheritance tomorrow. This is how eternity writes through chosen vessels quietly, completely, endlessly. Chosen one, the journey has come full circle. The door that opened on your Miracle Tuesday has now become a gate of eternal promise. You no longer wait for heaven to move. Heaven moves with you. You are sealed, settled, and sent. The covenant stands, the promise breathes. The story continues in glory, in grace, in you. Every sunrise from now on will whisper your name in heaven's rhythm. You are not at the end, but at the echo where destiny ripples forward, eternal, luminous, and beautifully alive. Chosen one, before this light fades and silence returns. Let your heart linger in gratitude. If these words have touched something sacred inside you, if they reminded you that heaven still speaks and still sees, let that awareness move gently into action. When you like this message, it's not just a click, it's a small act of agreement with light. It's your way of saying, I see what heaven is doing, and I want to keep this flame alive. Each like becomes a spark that travels further than you imagine, illuminating screens, hearts, and hidden corners where hope has almost gone out. When you share it, it's as if you open a window in a darkened house and letting sunlight spill through. You may never know who will stand in that beam of warmth and breathe again. Sometimes, what feels like a simple share becomes the lifeline someone else prayed for. When you comment, you leave footprints of faith. Your words might be the signpost another soul needs to keep walking. Every testimony, every whisper of I understand becomes part of heaven's collective song of restoration. Subscribing is different, it's not routine. It's relationship. It's choosing to stay near the sound that steadies you, to return whenever your spirit hungers for truth. Think of it as keeping a lamp lit in your favorite room. Every time you return, the light is waiting, and if your heart feels that quiet pull to give, do it only with joy. To donate is to water the soil where hope grows. It is not about obligation, it is about participation. Every seed of generosity becomes nourishment for the next message that will reach another weary soul. You owe nothing, yet you are invited into everything. Whether you give, share, or simply carry the peace you found here into the world, you are part of this divine echo. Heaven smiles not at numbers, but at hearts moved by love. Let yours be one of them.